Good like folks, Paul Anderson here, Shona Donaldson, live for the lounge. 36 actually, if you can believe that. I've been saying this every week, I've been for months now, but aye, it is indeed live for the lounge 36 here for the heart of the Howicramar, and just typical night. There's no really big events to mark. We did Remembrance weekend last weekend, Halloween the weekend before, so there's no big events like that, but there's a few notable dates along the way, so we'll maybe mention a few of those. But nice to see you. One or two folk looking in already. Say hello. Hey, conversations, a lot of you just hear blether in the backgrounds, which is very nice. Hey, Shona's here, she's going to jump in just now.
Hello. Yeah, we're all set and ready to go.
No,
I haven't got nothing exciting to tell you.
Aye, so just the normal shenanigans.
36 though, eh?
Aye, 36. So
can't believe it.
And it looks like we'll be here for a while yet. Although in more recent times we have got word that there might be a vaccine on the horizon.
Yeah.
Although that's a wee bit down the line, but it'll be months before anybody gets in probably. But
the Ironworks in Inverness are doing a gig.
So
Torridon are playing
6 folk there or something?
No, 100 folk.
100? Oh.
Because they're in tier 1 and they can do 100 folk indoors, seated only and socially distanced.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing a gig, which is quite exciting. That's like the first proper gig that I've heard of.
Yeah, I
still feel a bit funny about it.
Until I can, our hands are right. But anyway,
but yeah, it's kind of maybe getting
so
back to
it's been an interesting week. All Donald's down the road for one thing. All Dominic's down the road tonight.
Cummins and Goins.
I could take a run and kick at his doubt. I will tell you that much. But anyway, there you go. I've got nothing personal against him. I never met him. But
last night
in Scotland.
Yeah.
Scotland through to a European Football Championship. So that's a good thing. You can you miss the Tartan Army, that kind of things, but they've got through. It did have me wondering if it was going on for a minute. They didn't capitalise on that first goal, which was a good goal actually. But yeah, we'll take that through to the finals.
Oh man, see, I watched it and then I thought, right, brilliant, excellent, 1-0, and then 30 seconds to go was it?
Oh,
and
I could smell it coming.
I said to Paul, I says, I'm a my bed, my anxiety can't cope with extra time, and then it couldn't cope with penalties, so I went to my bed, and the next thing I heard, you and Hector screaming your heads off, and Hector come upstairs and started louping in my bed with excitement, and he was fair heath last night, he was off excited.
It's been a while. You kind of have gotten out the habit of watching football by and large, but it was a great thing. I can mind Scotland beating England at Wembley, the time the Tartan Army invaded the pitch and tore up the pitch. There's folk in Glasgow still got bits of the Wembley pitch ground in their gardens. The posts come down and ahing at the goal. Never seen anything like that. And I mind the World Cup 1978, Ali's Tartan Army. I was completely under no illusion that Scotland were going to win. That's how convinced Ali McLeod had me as an 8-year-old.
Did you
I mind watching the sorry?
Did you write to Jim will fix it?
Aye, luckily Jim didn't write back though.
Luckily he didn't fix it for you. Jimmy
Savile, God almighty for that boy, Jesus. Anyway, but no, I mind watching the run up. It's very vivid in my mind. Things like Joe Jordan clearly got a penalty because he come away for the box. He was like this. That was probably a penalty. He beat Wales to, I think that put them through. So there was Scotland had a great team at that time. But anyway, it was great to see Scotland qualifying for a championships, and we'll see how they get on. But we'll be wishing them all the best. But excellent news for that. So let's go and get started with. Fits in the box. Now, I'm going to have to be careful because it doesn't quite fit. Oh, I have to be careful because it doesn't fit properly. So I haven't got a lid. So you're going to see the earth end of it. I can maybe go a lot. You see a bit of the box, but you get to see a lot because the top of it's poking right at the top. So that's all you're getting just now. So I'm not expecting anybody to get it right, but the closest thing that we deem the closest to the right answer, we're going to have 2 CDs. So if you've already got them, I ken you've already got them, of course you've already got them. But if you would like these CDs, it's my last 2, Beauties of the North and The High Summit Whoever we deem has gotten closest to the right answer, we're going to put them in the post. We
Or
just need your address.
If nobody gets the answer right, but has an answer that we really like.
Aye, for instance, now this isn't a hint that he might get it, but Paul Gray has got very interesting answers.
If you mark us
and
laugh,
Lumfanning.
no dirty though.
No, I mean,
No.
obviously, if somebody's close to the answer, they're going to get it, but if nobody's close, but you had a great answer that has amused me, no end,
Or me.
or Shona, or Bedouis, even better, that's for the CDs will go to. So let's see how we get on. I'm going to start with a set of jigs now. Got a instruction from my mum this week. Please, jolly, happy music, because she's seen a few remembrance things this week, and they're quite thoughtful. A lot of kind of sad stuff, sad poetry, because it's really not a very cheery thing. You can the end of the First World War, Second World War, the loss of folk you can. So, going to try and play, by and large, cheerier, upbeat music from my own point of view. And I'm going to start with a set of Scottish jigs. If I check out my bit of paper here. The Weaver and His Wife to start, going into Drummond Castle, then the Tap o' Ben Lomond, the Stool of Repentance, and we'll finish with the Soldier's Dance. So a set of old Scottish jigs to get going with. Okay, here we go.
I'm going to come in because I've got a haste of hellos. Oh. Look at all that. I've got all my hellos. Susan Hurston,
Oklahoma.
Hello, Susan, Shirley and John. Folks over in Skene. Kim Harris is watching. Your mum and dad up the road. Gordon Calder and Bonnie Whitney. Laura Lai is watching. Hello, Laura Lai. Margaret Kerr in Australia. Kate and Jim in Garlogie. Alan and Rona in Afford. Doreen and Melvin in Glasgow, I'm presuming they are the night. Ulla in Stockholm is watching. Leah Rossville in Bucky is watching. Hello, Leah. And she says, Happy World Kindness Day and Children in Need to everybody.
Oh, now, we can actually, because Shona makes a point looking to see if the kind of notable days are on this week, so we could possibly tap into that for repertoire.
Yeah, but it's also National Indian Pudding Day today, but I don't know any songs about Indian puddings.
Like a
Kulfi or something, I don't know.
Kulfi, I suppose.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, I'm not an expert in Indian puddings, like mango sorbet, something like that.
Yeah, fine. Uncle Tommy is watching. I'm not sure if Sonia's watching, but hello both. Sandy White is watching. Dennis and Izzy just up the road are watching. My mum and dad, Grace and Martin Huntley. Annie Reid and Stoney is joining us. Tracy and Hugh Adelsey. Francie and Anne over in Hoth, just outside Dublin. Philippe from France is watching. Sally Day Butler, Ian and Norma Russell, Karen Fraser, Val and Bod McLean, hello both. Ted Cramar's watching, and he said it's the first time in ages he's been it's been nerve-wracking watching a football game last night. Charlie and Rona are watching. Andrew Brandy and Lawrence Kirk is watching. Alexander Thompson, Nikki and Catherine in the Aberdeen Arms. Margot and Edward Stewart for Tool. Don McLennan and Ian Wilson and Huntley is watching. Ian was the leader of the Strathbogie Fiddlers when I played with them. So I learnt a lot of my...
Of course, they must have been out several times a week with Strathbogie Fiddlers.
We had a wee concert party. There was me and Ian and Rosemary Cow and Tanner Forbes and Billy Hughes.
A few characters.
Frank McNally and Kate and Barbara Anderson. I saw Barbara was watching there and all. So, aye. Great
Dougie
days.
Rayburn,
great days.
much missed Dougie. In fact, a few of them are much missed, actually. Great characters.
So we've had some box guesses. You want to do the theme tune?
Play the theme tune.
What's in the box? 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 What's in the box?
Fits in the box.
Alan Taylor thinks dice, Kim Harris thinks a cat toy, and Margot and Edward think Pudsey Bear.
I think Alan says dice every week, actually, but
You'll get there eventually. One time I am going to put him.
So, nobody's right yet. I actually thought I'd let you see a little bit too much. I wasn't watching what I was doing, but no, nobody's got it. So, put your guesses in, win a CD. It's ideal for a Christmas present, actually, and it is the ideal gift. The kids will go wild for it on Christmas morning if it's in the bottom of their stocking. So, maybe well worth getting your hands on.
Anne Wyatt is saying she's teaching, Anne and Paul is teaching, Anne's teaching students all weekend, so she's going light on the cocktails, and Paul is now frantically coming up with his what's in the box guess, so there might be a delay in the sausage roll manufacturing department. Sorry
Paul, I put a lot of pressure on you there, but never mind, tough. So Paul actually was a fantastic drummer back when he was in the Navy. I ken he was in the Navy, but I didn't ken fit branch, but he'll maybe inform us and we can let you ken. So anyway, there's our Puckle Tunes Fest. Some great old Scottish jigs. On a total whim, I was out walking and this came into my head. I didn't ken why. This is not the first time that things have just popped into my head for somewhere deep in the depths of my mind, but I'm going to play a set of Irish tunes. Just off the back of the first thing, it's called The Spanish Lady, which is well kent as a song. I mean, folk like the Dubliners have sung it. What else was it? The Clancy Brothers?
Yeah.
There's a lot of folk have done it. It's just a great tune, and I thought I'm going to play it. It's not something I normally play, and I possibly have never played it live before, but I thought we'll give it a go. It's a great tune. It's just in my head, so I'm going to play it.
Dustin the Turkey got to number 5 in the Irish charts, or was it
Dustin.
number 1?
That's like Roland Rat getting to number 1, or
Mr.
Blobby or something like it. Dustin the Turkey. Does anybody mind that? It's not ringing any bells here for me, but anyway, so we'll start with The Spanish Lady. Then I'm going to go into the Isle of Innisfree, which anybody who's a fan of The Quiet Man, John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, Victor McLagan, Sean Thornton returns to Ireland where he was born, having cut his teeth working in the coal mines and the steel mills in Pittsburgh, becomes a professional boxer, a champion, earns his money and goes back to where he was born, and it's just one of my favourite films. My top 3 or 4 favourite films, I have to say.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack is absolutely brilliant. I think it's possibly, there's a lot of that. I look at the How I Cremar and it kind of reminds me of him a wee bit. But anyway, that's just me as a teenager relating to things. But the soundtrack is fantastic. I use a lot of traditional Irish tunes. And so the Isla Innisfree is a tune that features quite heavily in it. And a little bit of trivia, apparently when Maureen O'Hara was in her deathbed, she was listening to the soundtrack for that film as she passed away. And funnily enough, there was somebody else. Now, we spoke about this.
Was a
William Friedkin, who directed the film The Exorcist, which was blacklisted for a while because it was too disturbing. And it's a great film, great cast, but it is quite disturbing. But he apparently was listening to that on his deathbed as well. So there you go. So the Isla Innisfree. Going to go into Gary Owen, which is an Irish jig this time. But if you're a fan of westerns like I am, it's the Regimental March, the 7th Cavalry. You hear it in loads of films. Little Big Man, the Searchers, They Died with Their Boots On. But originally it was a cavalry march that came for the Crimean War. It was a British march tune that was popular. And there was a guy who got attached for the British military, attached to the cavalry, and Custer learnt it for him and took it to his heart. So Gary Owen, and then we're going to finish with another tune for the Quiet Man called St. Patrick's Day. Shona, for you.
You mentioned some westerns there.
Yep.
Today was Jack Elam's birthday. Just a bit of trivia there.
Right. Anybody tell us what Jack Elam was in?
No Googling.
And no Swicken. Keep off of Google.
He was born
if you can, 5 years and fit movies he's been in. Just one.
He was born 100 years ago today.
Yeah, he's dead now though. He's been dead for a while. But
well,
he's got a face you'll all recognise, that's for sure. So anyway, Jack Elam. You can fire him in with your guesses for fits in the box, perhaps. So, let's start with Spanish Lady. Right, Shona, any updates for the big one?
I've got a few more guesses for the box. Nikki thinks something from a horror film because it is Friday the 13th today, of course. Lorelei thinks a wee football trophy. Isabel Lang thinks a pony shoe. Frank Ribbons thinks a wee box inside the box. Andrew Brandy thinks a dinky toy. And I've got a few hellos. Anne and Paula said hello too. Heather and Dennis are watching. Natalie Brown, hello Natalie. Stuart Abercrombie is playing the piano along with you.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Can't hear you, but that's alright. We'll picture the scene.
Yeah. Isabel Lang is watching. Hello, Isabel. Donald Gibson is watching from Torthorwald. Ooh, we know where Torthorwald is now.
We've Googled
not
it.
made it there. We're not allowed to travel to Torthorwald just
No.
now. George Davidson's watching. Hello, George. Frank and Lorraine over in Aboyne. Malcolm and Mary Duff are watching. Sandy Thompson in Dingwall. Sue Taylor and Joe and Pat Aitken.
Good.
Yep.
Right. Well, actually, we did a concert on Wednesday night. It was Alan Taylor, the celebrated singer and bothy balladeer. He's been doing regular concerts during the lockdown, and he organised a Remembrance Day concert on Wednesday, because actually Remembrance Day is the 11th day of the 11th month, which fell on Wednesday, but usually the memorials and things happen on a Sunday weekend, but he did his concert on Wednesday night, so Shona and I were privileged to take part of that, and I think Abdi was involved almost, is actually watching here the night. So hello Abdi, it was nice to see you on Wednesday. The only one I think is here is Scotty Gardner.
Jordy and Joyce, I don't know if they're watching. They sometimes look.
Oh, they sorry, but maybe they hadn't heard right. But anyway, hello Abdi, and nice to see you on Wednesday. So I'm going to do one more set to finish up just now. A march Strathspey and Reel. The pipe march is called Leaving Glenuchart, and then we're going to go into South of the Grampians by James Porteous, and then we're going to finish up with a tune by James Scott Skinner called Miss Shepherd. Right, I'm going to move over a wee bit. Right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Shona Donaldson.
Thank you. I'm going to scoosh away a bit closer. Oh, I'm picking it up with my... I've got a few hellos and a few guesses. Hello to Erica Banks. Daria and Gordon Muir are watching as well. Geordie and Joyce are watching because Geordie just said I were here. I didn't see your name coming up, I'm sorry. And Margaret Stewart and Murdo are watching as well. They've been on the Champers today because they're celebrating again. You'll have to ask her if she's celebrating. Now we've got a few guesses for the box. Alan Taylor thinks it could be the World Cup. Jamie Bowers thinks a Christmas decoration. It's too early for me, I'm sorry. My Christmas tree goes up about a week and a half, 2 weeks before Christmas, that's it. So it's not a Christmas decoration, sorry Jamie. Daria thinks it might be, Daria thinks it might be all the coconuts from the beginning of lockdown. Sandy Thompson thinks a lucky rabbit's fit, but it wouldn't be very lucky for the rabbit. And Gordon Muir thinks it could be the drunk spider that Paul caught 2 weeks ago. Sorry, Paul's just put the dog out. Because we've got this new fancy ring light thing, there's an extra cable gone over, and every time a dog comes in he trips on it and just about takes a whole lot down. So I am going to sing a couple of songs. The first one is, it's not a song that I would normally sing, actually. I don't particularly like it. I'm going to sing it anyway. This is a song because it is Robert Louis Stevenson Day. So Robert Louis Stevenson was born on the 13th of November 1850 in Edinburgh. He was actually born Robert Louis Balfour Stevenson. And he came from a very, very long line of lighthouse builders, designers, engineers. And I think you were saying that Jimmy and Johnny Stevenson from Tarland are related to Robert Louis Stevenson.
One of the ancestors. Yeah.
One of their ancestors, so that's pretty cool. And he wrote, obviously, Treasure Island, Kidnapped Jekyll and Hyde, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So he did actually write some songs as well. And the song that I'm going to sing, it's actually, they use it for the theme tune for Outlander. Now, I have only watched, well, I was going to say one episode of Outlander, but actually I didn't last the one episode. I watched about half of it, maybe 3/4 of it, and switched it off because it wasn't my thing. Maybe if I watched more I would have gotten into it. But they used this actually for the theme tune for Outlander, and the tune of course is Over the Sea to Sky, but Robert Louis Stevenson wrote other words for it, so I'm going to sing that. Sing me a song of a lad that is gone, say could that lad be I? Merry of soul he sailed on a day over the sea to sky. Mull was astern, rum on the port, egg on the starboard bow. Glory of youth glowed in his soul, where is that glory now? Sing me a song of a lad that is gone, say could that lad be I? Merry of soul, he sailed on a day over the sea to sky. Give me again all that was there, give me the sun that shone, give me the eyes, give me the soul, give me the lad that's gone. Sing me a song of a lad that is gone, say could that lad be I? Merry of soul, he sailed on a day over the sea to sky. Bellow and breeze, islands and seas, mountains of rain and sun, all that was good, all that was fair, all that was me is gone. Sing me a song of a lad that is gone, say could that lad be I? Merry of soul, he sailed on a day over the sea to sky. There you go. So that is Sing Me a Song by Robert Louis Stevenson, because it is his birthday today. Do you know he actually officially donated his birthday to a young lassie whose birthday was Christmas Day, and she wrote to him saying that she felt really upset that her birthday was Christmas and she never got to celebrate it, so he officially wrote a document saying that she could have his birthday. That's really sweet. So there you go. I'm gonna sing one more song. This is a song that I haven't sung in a while actually. Sorry, I'm here a hug on the water. So I feel like I've got something stuck in my throat. It's not very fine. This is a song called Mountain Go, and I think I learnt it when I was about 16. I think it's a wee chorusy song, so if you can join in at him. My father married me a while young, to an old cuddle baith bald and dumb. His love was done and mine new sprung, so I'll flee to the plains, my laddie o. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Mountain I'll gang wi' o. I would leave my ain peat stack, say would I my in Killyard, say would I my old bald laird, and I'll flee to the plains of my laddie o. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Mountain I'll gang wi' o. When the cuddle he fell asleep, out of the bed she quickly did creep, and the keys to the cabin she did keep. She's awa to the plains wi' her laddie o. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Mountain I'll gang wi' o. When the man he wakened in the hall, the sheets were cold, and she was awa with a wicht o' her sail, and gowd and ashes awa to the plains wi' her laddie o. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Mountain I'll gang wi' o. Ye'll gan doon to yon seashore and see the ship that was there before, and speir at the captain if she's been there, or if ony of the sailors saw her o. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go. Mountain I'll gang wi' o. And when the werebeads sailing on the sea, she drank their health right merrily, and she tossed the wine glass into the sea for the love that she's found wi' a laddie, oh. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go, hey bonny laddie, mountain go, hey bonny laddie, mountain go, mountain I'll gang wi' oh. And when she's landed over yon lea, she's lady of 50 ploughs and 3, lady of 50 ploughs and 3, and she dearly lose a laddie, oh. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go, hey bonny laddie, mountain go, hey bonny laddie, mountain go, mountain I'll gang wi' oh. Hey bonny laddie, mountain go, hey bonny laddie, mountain go, hey bonny laddie, mountain go, mountain I'll gang wi' oh. I forgot Sally Day Butler wanted a close-up of my earrings. Can you see them? There you go. They're quite dangly. Paul, have you got anything else to... I'll just let you in.
Andrew Brandy is asking for Kissing in the Dark at some point.
Oh, aye. Gosh,
Sue Prentice loves your earrings.
Oh, thank you, Sue.
Tracy Addlesey thinks it's a wooden spoon in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Bowers thinks it's a conker. And here's Paul Gray's guess.
Okay.
He says, is it a yabugger pin? He says it's used to hold either a hinge together or a wheel to an axle, because you often hear, when it comes out, you hear yabugger. So it's a yabugger pin.
A yabugger pin.
So that's
okay.
That's for creativity. That is definitely one.
Mm-hmm.
So there
okay,
you go.
Right, I'm going to scoosh out the road then, Paul, and I'll let you in. Right.
Yep. Just going to come back a wee bit though.
Oh, sorry.
In fact, come back quite a big bit. There we go. It's better. Right, thanks, Shona. Right, okay, thanks for that, Paul.
Oh, Paul, not you, Paul. I thought you were saying thank you to you.
No, I'm not thinking myself, thinking Paul
Thanks
Gray
for
for
that,
his
Paul.
thoughtful entry. It's in the box, so another wee rattle here. Watching it, I didn't get the game a lot. A lot of folk probably still wouldn't guess, even they saw the wee bit sticking out the top, but some folk definitely would. But,
not had anybody taking us up on Jack Elam or Elam? I don't know how to say it. No?
Well, I'm going to play this next tune, and if there's been nobody had a guess, I'm surprised nobody's cheated, but if there's nobody had a guess, we'll reveal Jack and what he's been in. Right. This is really because we've just had Remembrance Day a couple of days ago on the 11th. I kind of did all that Remembrance music last week, but I'm going to do one a day because we're actually closer to it the day than we were last Friday. So I'm going to play a tune called The Lament for King George V, which I certainly played it earlier this year, but months and months ago. But I thought I'm going to play it again because King George V was the head of state, not just for Britain, but for the whole Commonwealth. So Canada, Australia, the African nations like South Africa, Kenya, Rhodesia, as it would have been, it's now Zimbabwe, and lots of other places for by. So this tune was written by Donald Riddle, who was well kent as a fiddle player, a leading light of the Highlands Strathspey and Reel teacher. He was a big admirer of James Scott Skinner. He made fiddles, but he's probably his most significant achievement is some of his pupils, folk like Duncan Chisholm and Bruce McGregor, to name but a few, kind of some of the best Kent fiddlers in Scotland. So he passed on his knowledge to them, and his kind of legacy lives on through them. So Donald wrote this because he was a piper with the Lovat Scouts, which were a crack, almost like a commando unit back in the day because of their superior shooting skills, because they were gillies and gamekeepers and shepherds for the Highlands. So he actually played at King George's funeral, which was held down in Windsor, I think it was. So the Lament for King George V, and you can hear a touch of the influence of James Scott Skinner in this, but also you can hear a touch of the pibroch, the classical music of the Highland bagpipe coming through in strains later on as well. So one of my favourite tunes actually. Do you find that sort of tune quite draining? Should be. Kind of you're playing it on anything like the way that sort of tune should be played. You should be putting a lot into it emotionally. And the thing with slow airs, there's such a lot of control with the bow speed and kind of trying to control expression, volume, dynamics, can ebb and flow. It can be quite draining. So if you're trying to get close to the feel of the tune, you really should be putting a lot into it. So it should be tiring.
We've had a few more we've had a lot of guesses.
Since
I reminded folks that the closest one or the funniest one wins a couple of CDs. So we've had quite a few ones. Anne Wyatt thinks an amaryllis bulb, red, recently removed from a white ceramic pot that sat in the kitchen window with the local bobbies. 16 years with Paul is starting to take its toll. Jamie Bowers thinks something naturally occurring, something that makes it people smile. I kind of spicking out. I don't think that's Shut up. Come on, I've gotten to 36 without going like totally 30. I can't. I'm just going to stop if you're going to make fun of me. Okay, so some other ones. Andrew Brandy thinks one of the boys' Christmas presents from a Christmas past could be in the box. Ian Thaw thinks chalk.
I was just thinking of why this year's going. They're going to be getting them regurgitated this year.
Just wrap up their toys. Donald Gibson thinks a chocolate Fitba. Sandy White thinks a Sunty ornament. Gordon Calder thinks a Fitba rattle. Catherine Brown thinks a small bouncy ball. Sue, I like this one. Sue Prentice thinks bits of broken spaghetti, but dried, obviously, nice bits that stuck to the wall. I quite like that. That's made me smile.
They're not overly rattly, shouldn't be, I wouldn't think.
No, Pam White thinks a referee. Whistle. Rona thinks a mini Scottish Fitba cup, and Sandy Thompson thinks a wee Subbuteo Fitba player.
Okay, there's a lot of folk tapping into last night's victory.
I'm just getting abuse for your mum. She's saying, got a lisp, Shona?
Well,
just
no, really.
Come on here and get abuse for your update.
I think she's channeling her dad. He had some teeth work done last night.
I hope my dad's feeling okay. And he's
pretty unpleasant, actually.
I hope he's feeling better. I hope, maybe the painkillers are taking the edge off it, but maybe he had Ramanada. That'll really sort you.
I did think of playing things, something like Dogs Bite Chapman, or another one bites the dust. But that didn't, so there you go. But
I just
anyway.
hope you're feeling alright, Dan.
Yeah.
So Shona Pearson and Badger are watching. Pam White is watching. Gillian Needham and David Curry, of course, they're watching. They're regulars. Andrew Brandy and Donald Gibson have put in a request for a show and farewell at some point.
Oh well, maybe next week.
And Tim Eady is watching. Hello, Tim.
Oh.
He does a brilliant show on a Saturday night called The Sleeping Tunes. Check it out because he's amazing. Honestly.
He is. It's not bad. Like.
No, honestly, check out Tim.
But since we're on the subject of Tim, he is going to be one of our guests for our Hogmanay programme. I hope I'm not speaking about a ton. He did say he was going to do it, but we're not quite sure quite how it's going to work. But he'll be coming in remotely. He'll be virtually here, dropping in. We're going to bring him in as a special guest, and it'll be one of the highlights of the night. So we will be playing on Hogmanay. Hour of bells, 11:15 till 12:15-ish, because we might just decide to hud go and we're having a good time. But Hogmanay, put in your diary, we will be here and we'll be performing, so we're looking forward to that. And Tim will be one of the guests, along with Alison McDougall, we're pal for just up the road. Will be doing a couple of songs, and I think Joe Aitken said he was. I did ask Joe. He said he was fine. So Joe Aitken as well. So it's star-studded. I hope I have. Maybe I just imagined it, but it's going to be star-studded in my own imagination. Right, I'm going to play one more set of tunes for you.
Wait a minute. We've got. You said about Jack Elam.
Oh, aye.
Julian Needham thought he was in To Kill a Mockingbird, but he wasn't in that.
No. Well, it certainly wouldn't have been my choice, but
I've got the dates here.
My favourite is one of my favourite westerns, actually. Is anybody guessed right?
No, there was nobody.
He was in Once Upon a Time in the West, and he was one of the first folk to appear in that film, and he was in it. He was only there over the opening credits, pretty much, and it's one of these. It's an amazing shot that goes. It's like boredom made compelling. They're sitting about waiting for a train to arrive, waiting for a guy to come off the train. The man with the harmonica. Jack Elam is a kind of pop-eyed looking guy. He's got a brilliant face, actually, very expressive. He was in the Cannonball Run as well, and he was in a few westerns, certainly early on. He tended to play kind of villainous types, and indeed he was a bit of a villain in this. But he got his comeuppance because he got shot within the first 2 minutes of the film. Anyway, Jack Elam.
He was in 73 films and 41 TV series.
Yep.
Amazing. He was born today, 100 years ago, and he had a funny eye.
Yeah.
And he had a funny eye because when he was younger, a Boy Scout stuck a pencil in it. They had a bit of a fight and he got stuck in the eye with a pencil by a Boy Scout.
The main tenets of the Boy Scout movement was...
And before he was an actor, he was an accountant, and he was Samuel Goldwyn's accountant, as in Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer.
He probably just thought, yeah, you've got a great look, we should stick you in a film.
Well, that's funny because they did actually say it ended up like, I'm looking for an actor that looks like Jack Ellum.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of look about him.
But see, once we're finished, go and Google him because you'll oh God, I ken that guy. But it's one of these faces that folk didn't mind their name quite as well, but they ken their faces. The other guy was in the Once Upon a Time in the West is Woody Strode, who's a big. He was like a kind of muscular looking guy, bald African American, and he was in loads of films, and he's in that as well. He also gets gunned down by Charles Bronson, given short shrift early on.
So I've had a few more guesses.
Okay.
Elaine Mitchell thinks a bit of the Wembley goalpost from 1976.
I'd love to. That would be my mantelpiece if I had the like of that.
Donald Gibson thinks a wee Muth organ. Joe Aitken think the Donald's resignation in the box. The Donald's resignation. Ian Russell
Just
thinks...
to come in yet, I'm afraid.
Ian Russell thinks hazelnuts on a twig. Who else have I to say hello to? Sue Prentice, you know, she guessed broken bits of spaghetti. She said, thus spaghetti western. That's quite clever.
That's good. That.
You're in the running with that, Ian, I must say. And Gregor Fraser Chisholm is watching from Peru.
We've never had
We've never had anybody for Peru.
I'm really sure that's a Peruvian name, mind you, but I'm delighted that somebody's looking in for Peru. I'd love
Chris
to go to
Caldwell's
Peru.
watching as well.
And Chris as well. He's a bit closer. He's probably in Antrim, I would imagine. But anyway, there you go. Right, I'm going to finish with a set of reels. These are all my own tunes, actually. The first one's got the Twa Nickums. I'll give two guesses. I'll give one guess who's that for. It's for Twa monkeys up the stairs, Hector and Roderick. Nickum, it's like a mischievous little ragamuffin, I suppose, is it? Is that close enough? The Twa Nickums. So Hector and Roderick, that was written for. Then a reel called The Banks a Day, followed by The Laird of Tillyprony, which I wrote for Philip Astor. Ironically, he's nae the Laird of Tillyprony on him here, because he's sold the estate, but he'll aye be the Laird of Tillyprony to me, but he was when I wrote the tune. And then we'll finish with a tune for a pal, Bob Minaj, who bides at Tillyhermic, comes to the music sessions, just a great character, very fond of Bob, and this is a tune I wrote for him, which is called Bob at Tillyhermic. Tillyhermic, actually, notable fact, was for one of Tarlin's hanging trees was...
Well, like, one of them?
One of them, with two, because there was so many rogues and rascals about the hour come out here. We needed two to deal with the demand. So there you go. So there you go. Right.
That's a keeper tune that last night. I really like
Thank
it.
you very much.
I really like
There you go,
it.
Shona, a wee flash of the sporran. Da-da-da-da-da.
So I've got some more guesses and some hellos. Hello to Morag and Robin Dempsey, watching from the border. Sorry, every time I take a cheer for it, I'm taking the rug with me.
Mind the rock.
Oh, sorry, I'm not doing very well, am I? Aye. So, Morag and Robin, hello. Elaine and George Mitchell. I should have said hello to you early for the back of banners. Paul Tyrer is watching, Paul, and he has enjoyed your fiddling for over 20 years at the Chester Caledonia.
Oh.
And
Hello, Paul. How you
he
doing?
looked after you 1 year at one of the girls' shoots.
Ah.
Yeah.
Paul, I do mind that. I was barely in my bed. I came down for Celtic Connections or something, I think, that year, and had a fantastic day. I got 3 pheasants.
Did you? You
And then
didn't
I
leave
got
them in the car.
I got nothing for the hair left on me.
So we've got some more guesses. Jamie Bowers thinks food in the box. Paul Tyrer thinks conkers. I'm seeing some other ones coming through. Karen Fraser thinks a sprig of mistletoe. Gillian thinks kilt pin. And my mum thinks our post-concert Friday night tradition now, which is chicken wings. We always have, well, I don't, the boys and Paul, it's like this tradition now that they have chicken wings after the concert on the Friday, after we're live from the lounge. So that's been going for probably about 30 odd weeks now, that they always have chicken wings afterwards. So as soon as we're finished, you'll hear Roddy going, it's a chicken wing time. No chicken wings tonight though. Couldn't find any in the copy, so it's chicken nuggets.
That was just the same.
Chicken nuggets instead. So I'm going to sing a couple of songs. This first one, it's a Hamish Henderson song because Hamish Henderson's birthday was actually on Wednesday past. He was born on Remembrance Day on the 11th of November 1919. And this was a song that he wrote in 1960. And it described, I suppose, a bit of a change through Scotland and the world, kind of sweeping away imperialism, I suppose. It's a song called Roch the Wind, or Freedom Come O Ye, and I'm going to sing this for, amongst others, Margaret, Stuart and Joe Aitken, because we had an amazing time in Rudolstadt. Paul and I were there a few years ago now, and this is one of the songs that we sang up on the stage in Rudolstadt in Germany, and it really was quite teary. It was quite an emotional concert that we did. So I'm going to sing Freedom Come O Ye by Hamish Henderson. And the tune is it the Bloody Fields of Flanders? Is that what it's called, Paul? I can't mind. But anyway, he wrote this in 1960. Roch the wind in the clear day's dawn, blaas the clouds heel star gaudy o'er the bay. But there's mair nor a roch wind blowing through the great glen o' the world a day. It's a thought that would gather rottens a' the rogues that gang callous fresh and gay. Tak the road and seek their lone ends, for their help lies they sport and play. Nay, mair well her bonny callants march to war when her braggarts grusely craw. Nor we wains ve pet heed and clachen, morn the ship sailing down a brummy lawn. The broken families and lands we've herit, welcome Scotland the brave, nae mair, black and white, into leather merit, marks the vile barracks o' their maisters bear. So come all ye at hame wi' freedom, never heed what the hoodies croak for doom. In your house are the bairns o' autumn,
Well, fine bread, barley bray and painted room. When MacLean meets wi' his friends in spring pan, a' the roses and greens will turn to bloom. And a black boy fayont Niagara dings a fell gallows o' the burgers down. Freedom, come on. Right.
Hugh Hoffman.
Oh, hello, Hugh and Doris.
Looking in for Fife.
Hello, hello.
Hugh says, whatever's in the box will be in bits after all the shake.
Could be, possibly.
So, you want to scoot round?
Are you going to wheech my roon?
On you go. I'm not going to put it up this time because the last time was near a technical disaster. Hello, folks, would like. So, we're going to turn you round and I'll angle it.
Tick me a wee bit closer.
So
it picks my singing up a wee bit more.
Is that better?
Huh?
We're just about extended
That's
to
okay.
its limit.
That's okay.
Is that better?
Yeah. Oh, Joe says happy memories of Rudolstadt. Yes. I remember the whiskey bar and the cocktails. They were very good. So, I'm going to finish off my songs with, as you will know, since we are now at number 36, I do something a wee bit different to finish my songs, something that stretches me ever so slightly, and I'm going to sing a song it is this man's birthday on the 17th of November, so that's on Tuesday, I think it is. And this man was born in 1948, and unfortunately he died last year in 2019. And he had a brother called Gavin, and they were known as the Sutherland Brothers. So it's a song by Ian and Gavin Sutherland. So it was Ian Sutherland's birthday on the 17th of November. And a lot of people will think, oh, it's sailing, because obviously they wrote I am sailing, I am sailing. Rod Stewart made it quite famous, but it's not that one. This is even better.
Quite famous. It was a multi-million.
He made it quite famous. He did make it quite famous. Okay, he made it mega famous. I actually didn't. I think it's maybe because I've heard it so much. I'm not really that keen on it anymore. So I'm going to sing what I think is, stop laughing at me, the better song.
I like it. I agree.
So this was the Sutherland Brothers and Quiver. I actually came across this. I think it was on Top of the Pops 2. Not that long ago. I'm saying in the last couple of months, and I thought, oh, that's a really good song. And then when I was looking up,
I posted it.
You posted it, and then I was looking up to see whose birthdays and death days and whatnot was coming up, and I noticed that it was Ian Sutherland's birthday on the 17th. So this is Lying in the Arms of Mary, and Paul's going to play along with me, so we'll give it a bash. total tune. I love it. That was maybe a bit of rock, but...
Wasn't it? It was wonderful. Hello again, folks.
It is a kicker of a tune.
Here we go, right. So, that's us near the end of the show. Well, it is. We're at the end of the show. I just want to play a last set. But
I'm just checking for any last minute...
last requests.
any last requests. Yeah, so...
But you'll all be waiting with excitement.
What's in the box? 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 What's in the box?
It is in a box. Well, you ready? Has anybody got close?
No, nobody's got no eye close, Paul.
You came with that is?
Keep on doing.
Oh, I'm not putting my bowl or what?
It's just right in front of my face.
It's a cutthroat razor. Here you go. It's a Victorian item, this. Although I have once had a cutthroat razor shave. I was getting my hair cut and it was an Italian barber in Edinburgh and they asked, would you like a shave? And I was hardly needing it, but I thought I would be lavish and I... best shave I've ever had. But
Gillette wasn't good enough for you.
Yeah, but my granda had one that... It wasn't quite like this, but it was basically the same thing. Out in the shed, and I reckon for it went because it all was ripped out and cleared out. When Dad stopped farming, kind of the tools and implements went away. And so I reckon for it went, but I fancied getting in enough. I've got a couple of these that I bought and they bide in the cabinet. They were there, got a nice wee box, but they're Victorian. These were both made in Germany actually, Hamburg. Got a nice embossed box there, so it bides in there. So I would never, I wouldn't use it.
It's a bit rusty looking.
I didn't fancy my chances with that. It could be
Aye,
bits of paper. So anyway, it's a cutthroat razor that fits in the box this week. Nobody was close. Nobody was close.
No, so
but the most entertaining was probably your bugger. Paul
okay.
Gray.
Congratulations,
who
Paul.
Was put under some pressure by me by saying, oh well, he'll probably come up with something entertaining, so use that as your model. But Paul came up with the most entertaining guess.
Yep.
So since nobody was close, Paul, a couple of CDs will be in the post. If you can message Shona or myself with your address,
coming by
or
Thailand, we can
we can sort it out one way or the other. So Christmas has come early. That's an excellent night for you, Paul.
I should say, if anybody does want any CDs for Christmas presents, we can post them to you. So if you would like to get started on your Christmas shopping.
Peru, even.
Peru, we can post to Peru.
Posting's getting off expensive, actually.
They've changed it to the States, actually.
Chabby States.
Yeah, it's gone up.
It's not good, but anyway. But,
no, but if you would like something posted for Christmas, or if you'd like a composition or anything like that.
Aye.
I don't think there was anything.
We'll be back next week, number 37 for mere nonsense.
Hugh Hoffman says, as used by Turkish barbers. Hugh wrote an amazing song about Turkish barbers. Scotland's full of Turkish barbers.
It's true.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
So, I'll be doing a workshop on Wednesday. We cancelled that this week because we were taking part in Alan's Remembrance concert on Wednesday. So next Wednesday we'll be doing a workshop, and then Friday we'll be back this time next week for Live in the Lounge 37.
Yeah, and if you fancy chucking anything in the tip jar, it's www.paypal.me/Paul Anderson Shona Dawn.
Aye, so thanks for looking in, folks. It's a pleasure, and I do sincerely mean that. I enjoy Friday.
And thank you so much to everybody who has donated to the tip jar so far. It really is appreciated. It genuinely is appreciated. So thank you very much.
So, folks, we're going to finish
with
a couple of tunes, once each. We're going to start with the Lass of Patey's Mill.
Can we do the second one 2 times? Just because it's for Joe Aitken.
Aye, okay. We're going to finish with Cadham Woods, which it must have finished off, God knows how many Fiddler's Rallies over the years. It's one of these sets. I think Abdi Ken's, and this would be the last thing. And it does lift the audience, Cadham Woods.
So I'm expecting Joe Aitken to be up in Hewchin Renovin then. Can I just tune up with you quickly? So Lass of Patey's Mills once and then.
Yep. Right, folks, thanks very much. Take care. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.